With a new day comes new opportunities and a new way to look at the world around us. And with that mentality in mind, I thought it was good to look at a project from people who are clearly of superior intellect and genius. And that's when I stumbled upon Danny and Leo. A little bit about them: they're consciousness researchers. Yep, consciousness researchers, I said that right. No matter how much I actually looked into this, I couldn't find anything on the profession. But that could always be my mistake. On the other hand, they could just be on a substance, and they thought that this was the most appropriate way to approach their state of being, rather than just going to people around them and saying, yeah, I've had this silly syrup and the devil's lettuce. You know, I don't think they'd really want to say that. So consciousness researchers, sure. So the project that these two lovely individuals have made is the Hypercube Algorithmic Language Oracle, or HALO, and it's something. Through the video and the page, they tend to switch what it is, what it isn't, and what it can do. From, the short list that I have, it's a quantum computer, a satellite station, and a consciousness interface, which to me just sounds like a whole lot of babbling. Sort of like when you're in college and you want to use fancy words to meet the word requirement for a topic. So what they've essentially made, from me looking at it, is just a pile of lights. But if they said that, it wouldn't do well. So naming it the Quantum Consciousness Satellite, a bunch of buzzwords might help, or so they probably thought, because as you can see, it only has 4 backers, and of those 4, one of them is the £100 tier, and the rest have undisclosed amounts, which I personally think the creator of the project has opted for the £100 tier themselves to try and get the ball rolling, but like I said, nothing really came of it. The thing that stands out for me is the whole project sounds like a cry for help, and this may be my cynical outlook, but for the 20-minute video, they talk about the thing they want funding for about 5 minutes, and that's pushing it. For the rest of it, it's a life story on the Leo guy who's been in the army and had traumatic experiences, etc. And it makes me feel so bad because he's putting himself on the line for something that I think he's serious about, but it just makes talking on the project so much worse. Which, just as a note, if this is satire and a big joke, then I've been had. Yeah, when he does talk about the project in the video, he says some questionable things, and that's what I'd like to quickly go over. Starting with, it's like a computer, but it's also like a stationary satellite. Well, I'll tell you, I don't know how many times I've been sitting down and thought, I could really use a computer that's a stationary satellite. For all of my satellite needs. I'm joking, of course. He doesn't really show either working. He displays a screen for a period of time during the video, but I'd imagine it's the computer from the beginning, rather than the Halo itself. The next one, liquid cooled, and as an innovative experiment, we have combined my DNA with the cooling. Honestly, what do you mean? What have you done to the liquid cooling when no one else has been looking? Honestly, this is the most concerning part for me, because it could be anything. Sweat, spit, or spunk. But it's an innovation, right? You can't say he didn't put love, sweat, and tears into it, amongst other things. And the final thing in the video, which had me a little bit off, was the lights are non-random event detectors, and the lights on the front that are not connected yet will be able to be influenced by people looking at them. Okay, so not only is it a quantum computer, a random event detector and generator, a stationary satellite, but now it can be influenced by someone looking at it. And I'm just wondering, how does that work? Does it register the celestial energy of each person near it? Can it peer into the soul of the person looking at it? Or can it measure the amount of tea in someone's system? It's just nonsensical bullshit. And to finish up, they do have a website for their project, which I would show, but I tried to go on it earlier and I got multiple warnings from my antivirus. So take that how you wish. But that's all I have for today. I'm Liam. Have a lovely day.